Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Let me share myself out. Please, as you are joining, please share. Thank you. Okay, today we are just going to be discussing about traditional marriage. I believe on the last time I explained on my previous video that on this channel, we are going to be doing sometimes DIY, but now we are just going to be deliberating on marriage area. Thank you everyone for joining. So today I'm going to be talking about traditional marriage, most especially for we that is living in diaspora. So I'm going to be talking about traditional marriage for those of us that is living in diaspora, because there is a lot that is going on now. There is too much that is going on. Do not forget, I'm into skincare line. I have my skincare product is a B&E organic products. So I'm on Facebook pages, B&E Cosmetic on Facebook page. Thank you for joining. And my main Facebook is Unstoppable Blessing, just the way the YouTube is. Thank you everyone for joining. Today we are just going to be talking about traditional marriage. What do we understand on traditional marriage and how to go about it? And I'm just going to be saying my take on it, and you have right to agree or disagree as well. Feel free. I'm just going to drop a number. I'll pin it out if you want to call in to contribute, or you want to agree with me or disagree with me. There is a lot that is going around now. There's too many things that is happening, and there are too many people, so many people. Everybody has been saying their own take. Now today I want to do mine. I want to talk about my take on it. So a lot of people do say that traditional marriage, like if you do any wedding without doing traditional marriage, is kind of, you are still single in a traditional way. And my take in everything is that I want to talk to we that is living in the diaspora. First thing that we need to know about is that it's not everybody that have documents for them to do for them to go back home to do their traditional marriage. And also there are also some ways that some people do take their traditional marriage in a different level. Some people do representative, like they have man and a woman to stand up for them, like representing them. And there are also some family that disagree with a situation like that. All right. And also some people will say, thank you. Yeah, the number is pinned out. So should, in case anytime you want to call in to contribute. And also that is also my business line. If you want to buy any product, we have raw material as well. It's available for purchase. So if you want to buy raw material, thank you. So there are lots of things, lots of different talk about traditional marriage, and I want to explain my own part, and I want to say what I feel, and you have right to agree and to disagree. It's very difficult for we that is living in the diaspora when it comes to traditional marriage. It's very difficult for we that is living in the diaspora for traditional marriage. All depends on the family where you come from. And regardless on however your family do on this, take the traditional marriage for however they take it. But if you live in the diaspora, you should also know that your condition and your situation is different and is complicated as well. Okay? So why do I say so is that there are many people that live in abroad, they find it difficult. It's not because some people, they don't have documents. You understand? Say, for example, now you come in contact with a man that don't have documents, and both of you want to start having your family, and you can't, maybe you come from a family background that where they demand that the two couple need to be there before they can do their traditional wedding. So imagine you come for a family like that. So are you going to restrict, my question now, no, question number one, are you going to restrict yourself not to go ahead for you to do the court wedding in abroad, or for you to do the church wedding in abroad because you have not done the traditional marriage? Are you going to restrict yourself for doing it, or what will you do? So if you will be restricting yourself, like you'll be restricting yourself for you not to have legalize your marriage in the country where you live. I'm not talking to those that is living in Africa, because if you are living in Africa, it's very easy. Everybody is there. Your parents are there. So it's very easy for you to do it. But for those that is living in abroad, that is those that I'm talking to today. That is those that I'm asking this question. So what are you going to do? Are you going to restrict yourself for you not to do your court wedding, or for you not to do your church wedding because you have not yet done the needful in your traditional way? So what will you do? Will you stop yourself, or will you go ahead? Just put your answer in the comment section. If yes, you will restrict yourself not to do the court wedding in abroad or the church wedding in abroad, or no, thank you for joining, or no, you are going to, you won't, or no, you will do it. Just put your answer. I don't know if you get my question clear. Yes, you will restrict yourself for you not to do the wedding in abroad because you have not yet, your bride price has not yet been paid, or you will go ahead to do it. How will you go about it? In regardless, you come from a family where they demand that the both of you need to be present. How will you go about situation like that? You will remain single and wait till when your partner get documents before you go to Africa to do your traditional wedding. And if you come in, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So you will restrict yourself for you not to do your traditional marriage and wait till when your partner, both of you will have documents, go to Africa, do the traditional wedding in Africa before you will come down here to do it. That is my question number one. All right. And number two, when it comes to a traditional marriage, or regardless, any wedding, I think is something that needs to do with the both, because wedding of a teen is something that got to do with the both partner, the man and the woman that is involving themselves on the relationship. I think they are the one that is in charge of how they want to go about their wedding. I don't know the way people see it these days. A lot of people see it that, oh, you need to do your traditional wedding. Okay. Thank you. I will wait. Okay, thank you. So that is okay. That is what everybody is free to drop how they feel about it and what they think is right. Sorry, this thing just dropped down. So what they think is right, your opinion, you feel free to drop it. Everybody have right to hear their opinion. It's a general discussion, but this is my own point of view, my take on it. I will use it to conclude, finalize this topic, my own take of everything. So I understand that marriage of a teen is a teen of two people. What is two people need to agree to do is not things that are run by individual, because I noticed that the way the way we try to see the marriage, we see it that is a general public decision, is a thing that the family need to decide. No, any marriage that family run, definitely that marriage will not go far. Trust me. If you allow family to run your marriage, your marriage will not go far, because it's not all about party. So I want to talk about the way we take this marriage of a teen to be, most especially traditional marriage. A lot of people just, you see the way I dress now. You see, I can easily take a picture like this and glass it and put in my living room. It look like I've done my traditional wedding. Easy. This is just the dressing all about. That is why I dress to suit the topic that I'm doing today. So it's not all about the dressing. It's not all about the party, because a lot of people take traditional marriage like something just because of the party, just because for you to have the photo of it. No, it's more than that. Traditional wedding is a very spiritual thing because it's tradition. You understand? It's things that you really need to know a lot about it before you engage yourself with it. It's not just something that you just do because everybody's doing it, you just want to do it. No, because traditional marriage, there's a lot that go with it. You need to be really, really ready before you can do it. Most especially for those people that is living in diaspora. Yes, people see it to be like a prestige to say, oh, they have paid my bride price. It's not all about they have paid your bride price. That is not just like that. There's a lot that is attached to it. Yes, there's a lot that is attached to traditional marriage. Many people forgotten that is a traditional thing and it has to do with a spiritual things. It's not just common thing. You see that moment that they are counting the man on the lap of the woman, they are counting the woman on the lap of a man. There is something that transpires in that process. So if you are doing it, my take now, number one, if you are doing it that you are not there and two people is representing you for you to do it, I would say that spiritually, I know that everybody's trying to fancy everything today, but it's a spiritual thing and I like to explain it due to the best of my knowledge and the way I understand it. So for example, now, you are doing a traditional marriage and you ask your sibling to represent you, your younger sister, to stand for you, representing you, yeah? And your partner, which is your husband to be, the younger brother will be standing to represent you. All right. But at that moment, when they are counting the female on the lap of the man, you are not the one that they are counting there, even if they are calling your name, but you are not the one that they are counting at that present. You are not there. You are not the one they are counting on the lap of the man. Because even if they are calling your name, but it's not you. Spiritually, you are not there. Physically, you are not there. So by the time they are counting the woman on the lap of that man, if you take it in a spiritual way, it's those two people that's been joined together. Just that sometimes we find it difficult for us to accept the fact. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this thing keep on dropping down. We find it difficult for us to accept the fact the way things is done. It's not you that is being counting at that moment. It's that woman that is representing you. And that woman, if you really want to go deeper spiritually, is that woman that has been married, that she's the one that is getting married to that man. It's not you. But even if we try to see it in a different way that, oh, your name has been mentioned, no. And traditional marriage is done inside. It's not the party that takes place. That is not the basic thing that is happening. That is not the basic thing that transpired there. Sorry about that, guys. So that is not the basic thing that transpires, because by the time the traditional way marriage is being done is the process when everybody is in the living room. When they are taking the woman, they are transferring that woman to the man. So those are the two people that has been joined together. Although your name has been called, but physically and spiritually, you are not there. You understand? Thank you. So spiritually and physically, you are not there. So you are not the one that has been passing to the man. Because even if you claim and said, oh, my bride price has been paid, my bride price has been paid, but if you go in a spiritual way, if you really want to go deeper on it, because it's a spiritual thing, it's tradition, that is why they call it traditional marriage. It's a traditional wedding, where at that moment where that thing is happening, there is a spiritual process that is going. We can only see the physical things that is happening, but there is a spiritual thing that is happening at that process when the woman, when they accept the drink and everything that has been accepted, then they not take the woman now. They are transferring the woman to the man. So you are not there. You are not present in that place. So although you might claim that my bride price has been paid, but if you really want to be honest to yourself, you want to be really, you want to really take it in a spiritual way, you were not there. Because by the time that spiritual process, because do you think it's just normal because they just take the woman, they are presenting the woman in the man lap, they are counting it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The way they count it in Edo State is 7 times that they count it. But spiritually, you are not the one that there has been pass in that place. So it's the person that represents you, the woman that represents you, and the man that represents your husband. Spiritually, those are the people that's been joined together. Let's not twist traditional things. Let's say, take it the way it is. Let's be honest to ourselves. It's the man and the woman that has been joined together. You are not the one that they have been joined. It's the man and the woman that has been joined together. Let's be honest. That is the truthful thing about it. So that is why I say that we that live in diaspora, our things is far different. We should not be in a rush in anything that we are doing. Because why? We are not there. We are not there. Lots of people use it as mocking. They use it to mock people. They say that, oh, if your bride price has not been paid, you are still single, you are not yet married. That is why I ask the question, like, will you now, for example, you are supposed to get married in abroad. You live here in abroad. And because you have not done that, is why I ask that question for the beginning. So my number 2 question, my number 2 things that I want to talk about this traditional marriage again. I want to explain more details about the traditional marriage. For many women that live in abroad, for many women that live in abroad, that their bride price has been paid. Many people, many women, they are not completing their own parts as a woman that has been married traditionally, because traditional wedding is a deep spiritual thing that is going on it. Do you know if your bride price has been paid and you have been taken, you have been married to traditionally? Number 1 thing that you should know, you are not allowed. That is why I say there are things that we that live in diaspora we take for granted, and it don't supposed to be so. You don't take traditional marriage for granted. You don't take it for doing its sake. You don't just do traditional marriage for doing its sake, because it's a big thing. It's not just a common thing. You understand? That's why I said it's not all about the party. Forget the canopy that you see outside. Forget the musician. Forget the events that take place. Just concentrate on the things that take place in that living room where all the family is being present. You understand? That is the main basic thing of the traditional wedding. It's not the events that happen. It's just the thing that take place in the living room. That is the main thing that represents the marriage. And that is where the spiritual things has been transpired. And there is 2 things in this traditional marriage. There are one, your bride price will just be paid and all done. And there is also, after the bride price has been paid, there are some men family, after they have paid your bride price, you still need to undergo another process. You understand? Like you need to go in in a covenant now. The first covenant that you have go into is when they transfer the lady in the leg of the man family. That means you are just fully submitted to that man family. The moment you do that, in the real way, in the truthful way, in the real traditional way, you are out of your family. You no longer belongs to your family anymore. You have been transferred to your husband family. That is when you need to abide to the rules and regulation, the culture that go on your husband family at that moment. That is what you need to be doing now. That is now your new culture. Say for example, in the culture where you come from, in your own background where you came from, where you were giving birth to. Say for example, there are things you don't normally do in that your family, but by the time you now been moved into your husband family, you need to ask question how things really go in that family. What is their culture? What do they forbid? Which, if there is any food that they are not allowed to eat in that family, if there is anything that is forbidden in that family that you can't take, if there is things that you can't do, you need to really ask questions. So those are basic, those are the things that attached to traditional wedding. It's not all about the event. It's not all about the dressing. It's not all about you dance and have a big picture and put it in your living room or post it on the media. That is not all about that. There is a lot that is attached to it. You need to know the rules and regulation on that family that you just joined. What is the consequences if you do things like this? What will happen? Is not all about, I'm not yet talking about the fornication part. No, I'm not talking about that one yet. I'm talking about the family rule. There are some family, there are foods that they don't eat, they forbid it. So by the time you join in that family, you need to know, what does this family forbid? What you can't eat, what you don't say. There are things, and they have their own way they greet. So it's not the same way you used to greet before when you were not yet married. You can't continue to stick with that your family greeting. Now you need to switch to your husband's family greeting, how they greet. Now you have to start greeting your money greeting in that manner. Okay? So other things that you need to know is that when your bride price has been paid, for the women that live in the diaspora, for those of you that don't really get it clear that traditional wedding, traditional marriage is not just akamu. No, it's not beans and yam. It's not a fanciful thing. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, what about people that got married to the white men? Those that got married to the white men, to be honest, to be sincere, it got nothing to do with them, because traditional marriage is the thing that the men family are responsible to do. So for those that is getting married to a white man, if they decide to just do their traditional wedding, I just see it to be fanciful thing. They just want to be fancy with it. They just want to do it because traditional marriage, the white men, they don't really understand what is traditional marriage. It's not in their thing. So for those that get married to the white men, if they done their court wedding and they do their court wedding and the church wedding, I think it's okay. But if they just want to do it for doing its sake, that is how I will say, because to be honest, the white men don't really understand nothing about tradition. It's not their thing. It's not in their religion. It's not in their, how will I say it? It's not in their thing at all. It has nothing to do with them. They have their own tradition. The white people tradition, I don't know. What I understand by white people, they have their traditional food. No, they have their traditional dressing. Each country have the dressing that they call their traditional dressing, but they are not really into traditional wedding. It's not the white people thing. It's not their thing at all. But if anybody get married to a white man and they decide to do it, I think it's just kind of, they feel like doing it. It's just an event. that they want to experience. Maybe the woman just want to have the experience of doing a traditional wedding, but the white man don't know anything about it. He's just doing it for doing its sake, because they don't really know anything about it. Like, you don't have any consequences that go with it because it's not in their team. But for we, the black, like black getting married to black, so we need to really know more details about it. We should not just take it as if it's a party. It's not party, it's spiritual. You see the way church wedding is very spiritual. Like, by the time you stand in that altar of God, you are taking a vow. So the traditional one is like that, and is more very, very deep, and is very, very tradition, like very, very spiritual things. That is what you are involving yourself into. So if you are doing a traditional wedding, you really need to know more details about it. Don't just do it for doing its sake. Pardon me, sorry that I'm just moving around. So you don't just do it for just doing its sake. You need to do it like you know what you are doing. Number one, if your bride price have been paid, number one thing that you need to know, you are not allowed to accept any gift from any man. I'm talking to women, because the traditional thing is basically very, very effective. It mostly affects the women. It got nothing to affect the men. It's just a woman be fully submissive to your man in a traditional way, like you've been squeezed and tied there to be submissive. It's obligation. You have to stick with the rules and regulation. Okay? So if you are doing a traditional marriage, you live in diaspora, one thing that you should know, that you are not allowed to accept any gift from any man without letting your husband know. If any man dare buy you a gift, you need to let your husband know. It's not, those are the things that we that live in diaspora, we don't really understand. That is I will come to that. I just want to list it first, then I will tell you that is a taboo by the time you do it. Yes. So traditionally, by the time your bride price has been paid, you are not allowed to accept any gift from any man without letting your husband know. Even if you are not in a relationship with that man, even if you don't have anything at all, immediately a man give you any gift, if it's money, is anything at all that it come from a man, that a man give to you, you need to let your husband know about it, that, oh, a man like this give me things like this. Straight away, you need to tell your husband. If you are not telling this to your husband, you are bridging the traditional rule. If you are from Edo State, you are Benin, you are bridging the traditional rule already, because it's inclusive. That is why I said, it's not, to be fair, it's not something that you should not be there while they are doing it. It's something that you're supposed to be present while this thing is taking place, so that you get to know. Thank you very much. Yeah. So you are not allowed to accept any gift from any man. Anything that been given to you by any man, you should let your husband know straight away. Don't say, I'm not in a relationship with this man, it does not really matter. No, you must not be, because it's an offense, because you are being taken by one man, not by two men. So the only man that have right to buy you gift, to shower you with gift, is your husband, that man that they have given you to. So if any man by any chance giving you any gift, you should let your husband know about it. If not, okay, yeah, because many people don't really understand. Yes, you are right, my lady. Many people just think that it's just normal. It's not a party. Don't take traditional wedding to be event. It's not event. It's a spiritual thing, like very, very deep than you standing in the altar. Because immediately that your bride price has been accepted, all the ancestors from your husband family, they are present, they are there. They are all the one that joined together to give that that bride price. The drink come with it, food has followed it. So that means your ancestors, the female ancestors now, accept everything that the men bring. So that's why they will ask you, there is money, there is food, there is drink. My daughter, do you want us to eat these foods? They will ask you before they accept it. Then you will not say yes. So that's straight away that you accept yes, that thank you for joining. Good evening, my lady. Thank you for joining. That moment that you said yes, that they should eat the, yes, thank you, thumbs up the video, please share. So that minute that you said yes, that they should accept the drink and the food and the bride price, that moment you have already passed everything that has to do with you to your husband family, and there are spiritual things that is happening in that moment. So straight away, you should be the one that will be there to answer that question. Although you answer over the phone, but you are not the one that they didn't transfer you spiritually. So those that live in abroad, I want to talk on this matter. I want to explain it to the best of my knowledge. You have right to disagree and agree. It's your opinion, but it's my take on it. You understand? So it's not something. So by the time you accept that one, anytime any man buy you gift, you are not supposed to accept it without letting your own husband know. A moment you accept any gift from any man behind your husband and you didn't let your husband know about it, my sister, if you're where you are, yes, when they are saying adultery, it's not just only by you sleeping with another man, no. By you accepting a gift from a man without letting your husband know about it. If you receive any gift from any man and your husband disagree with it, you have to refuse that gift. You need to return that gift back to that man. I'm not saying woman, no. Oh, yes. If no, you will kill goats. Yes, my lady. It's true. So if you accept it, you are killing the same goat that the person that sleep with another man is killing. You still need to kill goats because that moment you have breached you have breached the rules of traditional marriage. You have breached it. You have crossed your boundary. That is number one. Number two, if your bride price has been paid, that is why those that live in diaspora, listening very good. It's not a party. Before you go and do traditional wedding, these are the things that you need to know. If your bride price has been paid, you see when you are in the party, you are dancing, do, and you are saying some mepa, the men that you respect, you are not allowed to go and beg and say, Epa miosiba, and the man will type you in your back. That man is not anywhere from your husband's family. It's not the family that you marry into. Because I see a lot of party in abroad, women that claim that their bride price has been paid, they'll be dancing, then they will see another man that has nothing to do with their husband's family. They'll go and beg and Epa miosiba, and the man will type their back. My dear, a moment you do that, if you want to really let me to tell you about traditional marriage, the moment that you do that one, my dear, is adultery. No man is allowed to touch your back, for you to bend down and tap your waist like this. Is not allowed because that waist has been paid for. So the only person that have right to tap that waist is only your husband. It can be your, like maybe for example, if you want to say Epa miosiba, it can be from your husband family, any elderly man from your husband family, at least the family that you get married into. They are the only one that have right to say Epa miosiba, that you're supposed to give that bendano for. You understand? But many women said their bride price has been paid. Then they'll be dancing in occasion. Then you are bending down for another man to tap your back. And you think, oh, my bride price, my dear, you are fornicate. You have already fornicate because that man that you are bending down for, that is tapping your back, but you can only do like this for the man, pardon more, and walk away. You are not allowed to bend down and let the man tap your back, because by the time you are doing that, another man is touching your back, and that your body has been paid for already. A man has paid for it. So another man don't have any chance to touch that your body anymore, because it's one man, one woman. Your body has been given to that man already. That is another thing that you should know as well. And another thing, that number 3 of it, that is also abomination. Yes, is abomination. When they pay your bride price, another man is not allowed to hold your hand here like this. Another man is not allowed to hold you here. You are not allowed. That is why I said I'm talking to those that, thank you, my lady, thank you. That's why I said I'm talking to those that is living in diaspora. So I think we take traditional marriage to just be party. It's not party, it's spiritual. So another man is not allowed to hold your hand. Any day that any man hold your hand, if you get home, you need to let your husband know about it. You need to tell your husband about it. If you are from Edo State, I'm talking about Edo State. If you are from Edo State, if a man holds your hand here like this, if you get home, you need to let your husband know and say, a man holds my hand today. It's a confession that you must be made to your husband. It's a confession. Anything that transpires between you and another man is a straight confession. You must let your husband know. You understand? That is why I said it's a things that has to do with two people. It's not things to pay your bride price. It's not something you just need to do because everybody's doing it. It's nothing you just want to do for fanciful things. No, it's a very, 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 very spiritual thing. Okay, now why do I refer to those that live in abroad? There are lots of people that live in abroad today. Their bride price has been paid. Still, somebody with them meet, they do shopping, another man will pay for it. They will take that food home and go and be cooking it. It's a taboo. It's abomination. Anyhow, you are not supposed to accept it at all without letting your husband know. Because immediately you bring something that comes from another man to your house, you have already committed adultery. You are fornicate. It's not only by you going bed with another man that is the adultery. Because at the end of the day, you are not supposed to accept anything from any man anymore. Okay. Why I say for those that live in abroad. Now let me explain more details about we that live in abroad. You said you live in abroad. Yeah, your bride price has been paid. And you will be sitting down. You'll be looking at another man nude picture. My dear, that straight away that you are sitting down, you are looking at another man nude picture. Where you are complete. Because you are not supposed to see it. I'm saying it in my local dialect now. If you are a married woman, you are from Edo State, you are not allowed, the day your bride price has been paid, you are not allowed to be looking at another man nude picture. There are still a lot of women today in the life of a social media. They'll be looking at another man nude picture like this. They'll say, send me the picture, send it to me, let me look. They'll be looking at another man nude picture. And you think your bride price, oh, sorry. How come I did here when the phone was ringing? Sorry, I missed the call. So you are looking at another man nude picture. Hello? Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm on live on YouTube. Yeah, okay. So the moment you let somebody to see, the moment you wait and let a man, you are sitting there, you are looking at another man nude picture. At that moment, you are committing adultery. So it's not all about going bed with the man that you said, oh, this person has committing adultery, the moment that you are looking at another man nude picture, you are committing the same adultery that the person that go to bed with another man just done, because you are not allowed to look at another man nude picture anymore, because your bride price has been paid. So those are the things that guide the bride price of people. So if you know that you live in abroad, your bride price has been paid, and you are sitting down looking at another man nude picture, you see, when something is going around, there are things that a lot of people do. Like me personally, in my phone, I always say to people, anything that has to do with nude picture, being a man or a woman, don't send it to my WhatsApp. That is my policy on my phone. Don't send it to my WhatsApp if it's a man nude picture or it's a woman nude picture. I'm not interested. I don't want to see it at all. But a lot of women, they say their bride price has been paid. At the end of the day, they do this kind of a thing, and they still say, I want we go your mom, I want we go your mom. I don't understand the way we take this traditional thing to be. It's not something you just do it because people are doing it. So you need to really know all these things before you involve yourself to it. That is why I always say, many women that live in abroad, by the time when they know that their bride price has been paid, when they go back home, many women need to kill goats. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. Okay, can you explain? You can call in. Okay, very wrong. Yeah, okay, it's not me. Okay, very wrong. Yeah, because by the time you are sitting down, you are looking at another man nude picture, you are fornicating already. So the same goat that the person that sleep with another man will kill, that same goat that you that look at another man nude picture, you are still going to kill. Do you know why? Because that is what things that really back traditional marriage does. By the time you do anything, if you look at any man nude picture, my dear, you still need to confess it to your husband, because you are not allowed. You are not allowed to do it. Because you are looking at another man nude picture, automatically you are fornicate already. So when people are saying about when people are talking about fornication, and they are saying that bride price has been paid, I see a lot. Due to me, I'm a social media person. I've seen many things that I can use to say majority that said their bride price have been paid, they're supposed to go back home and kill goats because they are fornicate already. Because they will see another man with picture, they will sit down and be looking at it and be judging around than another man with picture and be looking at it and assume something different things. My dear, you are not supposed to do that if your bride price has been paid. It's against the law of traditional, because once that is why I said many women that live in abroad, they take this traditional wedding to be party thing. It's not a party thing, no. It's beyond party. It's far way deeper than the way we that live in diaspora see it. By the time you go home, there are a lot process you need to do. You need to kill goats, because there are many things. By you saying that, oh, he's a white man, a white man will take you and do shopping for you. You will say it is normal. It's not normal. If your bride price has been paid, you are not supposed to accept, be that man black or white, you are not supposed to accept any gift from any man without letting your husband know about it. So if we are talking about bride price, we should also know this one as well. Nobody talk about this area. Everybody just talk about the bride price of 18. And the bride price of 18 is something that you need to do when you know that you are fully well ready for you to do it. You don't just do it okay, so you don't just do it because everybody is doing it. You just want to do it and say, let people see the picture. No, it's more than a picture. It's a very deep and spiritual thing that you need to know before you involve yourself on it. Okay, so for those people that is saying that, oh, If a woman is living with a man, the man is not yet paid the woman bride price, so that man is not a man. The woman, she's single. The woman is this, the woman is that. My dear brothers or sisters, my reply to those, my answer to those questions is that my answer to those questions is that if a man is not yet paid the woman bride price, it does not mean that that man does not supposed to be qualified as a man, because a traditional thing is something that you are from your own family. You speak for your own family, the law of your family. You don't have right, or you don't have power to represent all the Edo people family. No, because you can only speak for your family. You don't know. Like the family where I came from, like my father family, a bride price will not be paid when the two people are not there. When the man and the woman are not there, the bride price is not be taken. They don't accept that kind of bride price. That is where I came from. That is their policy. So if any man want to pay a bride price to my father, like if I'm not saying my mother, my father family, the way they accept a bride price, the both need to be there. The both of them need to be there. The man and the woman need to represent. They need to stand there before they can accept the bride price. They don't do tamameni tamawe. They do eri tamawe. So if you are speaking, you speak for your own family where you come from. You understand? Because if your family accepts a distant bride price, does not mean that. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Please share and please give a thumbs up. Oh, self-love. Thank you for joining. So that does not mean that if your family accepts a distant bride price, that does not mean that all family from Edo State will accept a distant bride price. Where I come from, where my dad family, they don't accept a distant bride price. But if you are coming, they are coming to marry, they are going to marry out of another, they are going to, maybe a man from my family is going to marry in another female family. They will abide to the rules and regulations of that man. But if you are coming to marry a woman from my family, they don't accept a distant bride price. They don't accept it. The man and the woman need to be there. Thank you. Thank you. So the man and the woman need to be there before they will accept the bride price. So if you live in abroad, you are talking to people that live in abroad that, oh, if you are living with a man, your bride price is not yet paid. You start using words. You can only speak for your family. You can't speak for that woman family because you don't know what that woman family, the terms and conditions. And besides, just because a man wants to marry a woman does not mean that if that man don't have a document, the man needs to deport himself to Africa just to go and pay a bride price to any female. No. Marriage of a teen is something that needs to do with two people, and it has to be done when both of them, they are comfortable to do it, when they are ready to do it, when they are willing to do it. That is why the life that we live today, you see many women, many men and women, they go to Africa, they do their traditional wedding just because they want to do it for doing its sake, because they are not fully ready. By the time they come back to abroad, after many months, they split. And some people, they will start having problem. They will start having problem in that marriage. Know the rules and regulation in your family where you are going to involve yourself into. That is why I've come across many marriages that will say, oh, since we done our marriage, since we come back to abroad, we have been having issue. Okay, let me take this comment. We have been having issue. It's not because, thank you. It's not since we have been having issue. Sometimes, maybe your bride price were paid. You didn't really know more about the family that you are involving yourself into. You don't know their rules and regulations. Maybe you have breached some of the contract. You have passed the boundary. You have crossed the line unknowingly. You might not know. That might be the reason that might lead for you having the problem. You understand? And also, maybe it might be the pressure that you have put on that man. Go and pay my bride price. Go and pay my bride price. Go and pay my bride price. Maybe it might be too much pressure that you put that you put on that man, maybe it might be too much pressure that you put on that man. Maybe the man don't have that money to go and pay your bride price. Maybe the man is struggling, one or two things struggle, put everything together. Thank you. So maybe you don't really, the man are struggling to put one or two things together, exhaust himself just to go and pay your bride price. At the end of the day, maybe if the man come back here, then the man is struggling. So it might also give you a stress in your marriage. So traditional marriage is a very spiritual thing. Don't be in a hurry. If you live in abroad, don't be in a hurry to do it. Be fully ready and be well informed in the what is right and what is wrong in the family where you are going to involve yourself into before you will go into it. Oh, I would like to take this. Okay, let me go in here so that I can be able to take it from here, sis. So maybe you don't really know what you are getting yourself into. So you are not well informed. You just jump into it and you just think that, oh, because everybody's doing it, I want to do it. No, there is a lot that is attached to that thing. So be fully ready. Let the boat be ready. Don't just do it because everybody is doing it, or people are saying today, or if your bride price is not paid, you are living in a fornication, you are living in this, you are living in that. By the time your bride price has been paid and you are not abide to the law, you'll be doing more fornication. That is when the main fornication will start. That is when you'll be doing the worst. So be well assured of what you are doing. Be fully know of what you are getting yourself into. And if a man has not paid your bride price, that does not mean that, oh, that man is not qualified as a man. No. Social media that we live today have bring a lot of confusion in the life of many couples. Well, let me take this one. It just go fast. So many social media today have caused a lot of I don't know, how will I say, it has caused a lot of confusion. Yeah, it has bring a lot of confusion in many people's marriages today. You will see the woman will start dragging the man. You need to go and pay my bride price. You need to go and pay my bride price. You need to go and pay my bride price. No, bride price need to be paid when the man is fully ready to pay your bride price. And your bride price does not supposed to be paid with your own money, you that is a woman. Let the man be the one to pay your bride price. That is when you will be honored as a woman. I didn't say you are not allowed to support, but you know that basic thing, that thing that is going to be submit in the room, that yam, those food items, the money, everything that need to take place in that living room, supposed to be sponsored by the man. I see many women, they will just say, oh no, if money is the problem, I'll give you the money, let's go and do it. No. That is not done that way. It's a man that's supposed to pay your bride price. And if that man can afford just the way what he can afford to do it, oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. Oh, thank you, self-love. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So let it be the man that will be the one that will provide it according to the way the man can afford it, but the one that is going to be submit to your family. Don't try to exaggerate with it. Let it be the one that that man can be able to afford. Any event that is taking place outside, you can be the one to sponsor it. You can pay for that. You can sponsor the musician, but that one that is going to be given to your family, let your husband be the one that will sponsor that one, not you doing it. All right, so that is what traditional things, we that live in abroad, we just take this thing to be like fanciful thing. It's not fancy. They pay by themselves. Yeah, I know many women, they are paying it by themselves. They are sponsoring it by themselves, and they can't just, they are just saying that, oh, they have paid my bride price, they have paid my bride price. No, any bride price, I remember years ago, a woman count money and give to the man and say, take this money. I remember in Spain, when we were in Spain years back, think like, let me say like 12 years ago, 11 years ago, a woman count money and said, oh, my father died and my family wants you to come and pay my bride price. This woman counts money and give to the man and say, take, go and use this money to marry me from my family. Go and use this money to marry me from my family. Count huge amount and give to this woman, to this man. The man go out, the man go to Nigerian. When the man get there, the man didn't do anything like that. The man didn't marry that woman. That man used that money and used the money to invest on himself. And the woman was blaming the man. Why you didn't pay my bride price? I didn't blame the man. Me, that the way I understand tradition, I didn't blame the man because the man know what is right for him to do as a man. He know that if he want to pay that woman bride price, it's not the woman that's supposed to sponsor it financially. It's supposed to be him that will be financially ready. How can you give a man money to buy yam, to buy drink, to even put in the envelope to give to your family that he wants to marry you? Any man with his full right senses will not accept that kind of thing. So the man refused to do it, and the woman just went splash. And the woman was so angry that the man refused to pay a bride price. I think that is what led to the end of their marriage. And as for me, I didn't blame that man for not doing it. I respect the man for the fact that the man respects the tradition. Yes, many women just doing it. They just love to do it that way. I don't know why. They think it's a pride. No, it's not. It's something that you need to be honored because it's a spiritual thing. So for me, I didn't blame that man that refused to pay that bride price. The reason why I didn't blame the man, because the man fully well understand what tradition is all about. That is why the man didn't pay that bride price, and that was the end of their marriage. But the man ended up investing the money on himself because he think that maybe the woman have it excess. That is why the woman just give the money to him. So for me, I can't blame that woman. Why? I can't blame that man why the man refused to pay, because normally the man supposed to be ready to pay the bride price before he will do it. It's not you forcing the man. So this one now, I'll be rounding this video in 5 minutes time. I want to drop this one here for my women that is living in abroad. If you find a man, the man is with you and you are asking the man to go and pay your bride price, if the man said he's not ready yet, don't say that man is not qualified to be a husband. Don't walk away out of that marriage just because of that one. Do the wedding that you can be able to do at that present. By the time the man is ready, the man will be fully well pay your bride price. Do you know that is a joy when you know that the man is the one that asks you, let me go and pay your bride price? That is the joyful thing all about. And that man will be able to afford what he will do to the best of according to his pocket, and then he little support that you have to sponsor the event, to support him on the event that will be going out outside the door. You just support. And if a man don't have money to pay your bride price today, does not mean that that man don't love you. It does not mean that the man I come across a video. A woman was saying that, oh, there are some women that have been married, they did court wedding, they did church wedding in abroad. They are saying that I've been with my husband for years and yet their bride price has not been paid. Yet they are single. In your way, the way you see it, that is your own point of view. In your point of view, you see then that they are single. But any woman that have already legalized his or her wedding in abroad, you cannot go to the government and say to the government that this woman, she's not married, because the law of the land have already confirmed both of them to be man and a woman. So if you disagree and you are saying that they are single, that is your own point of view. So you can only confuse those women that don't really understand what they are doing. You cannot confuse all, because at the end of the day, any wedding that you do all can't. If you do court wedding, it can't as a wedding, because there is a date and there was a law that applied to that court wedding as well. If you do church wedding and a pastor join both of you together, provided your family no demand that you are getting married to. There has been an introduction between the both family, and the pastor wed both of you together. For some reason, maybe your bride price cannot be paid, maybe the man don't have document, or you don't have document for both of you to go on to do it, or financially you are not yet buoyant to do it. That does not grant you to be a single lady. You are not single. In your own family way, in the family way, yes, you are single in the family way, because you have not yet, your bride price has not yet been paid. They have not transferred you, they have not count you in the leg of a man. So in the traditional way, you are single. But that does not mean that in the law of the land, because you do your court wedding, somebody will say you are not married. In the law of the land, you are married. But in the traditional way, yes, you are not yet married out of your family. Your bride price had not yet paid, so you are not out of your family yet. You are still in your family. You are allowed to greet your family way. You might decide not to be greeting in the way your husband's family is greeting. You might also decide to greet that way as well. So the way people just try to use what is happening just to take advantage, to use it. No, don't misinterpret. Marriage is done by two people, and they have to do it when both of them are ready. Not when social media is ready, not when you that is a friend is ready. It's when the both of them that is going to involve themselves, that is joining themselves together, when they are fully ready, because it's a thing of two. It's not a thing of crowd. Although crowd will be involved, but the two people that have the final say, that said yes I do or I don't do, is just that man and the woman. So I acknowledge we that live in diaspora that we should learn how to respect one another privacy when it comes to marriage of a thing, because it's just only two people that have right to decide of it. And for those of you that is talking about fornication, if any woman that has been that they pay a bride price sleep around, yeah, the woman need to confess and kill goat. You that you said you are married, your bride price have been paid, you are looking at another man nude picture, you are equally committing the same adultery that woman also commit. So both of you need to kill goat, because it's the way the traditional said. So feel free to drop your comment on the comment section. I've spent my time. I will be leaving. So next week we'll still be coming with a different topic. You have right to agree and disagree on this my message. So I don't want to spend too, like there's still more that is out to it, but I don't want to go more, because I don't want to take too much of your time. So thank you everyone for watching. So this is what I'll be doing on this my channel. I'll be doing more topic on marriages and marriage. So if you know that you are living with a man, the man has not yet paid your bride price, don't worry, just keep calm. A day will come, the man will pay your bride price. Don't quit your marriage because of that one. Don't walk away. That does not mean that the man that have paid their bride price for another woman, that they are better than the ones that have not yet paid their bride price. Everybody have a different situation, and everybody have a different circumstances as well. And hey, you that is a man that you said you have paid your husband, your wife bride price, and the man is sponsoring your wife. A man, you are sleeping. Yes, one thing that I forgot, I don't want to forget this one. If you pay your wife bride price, yes, and you are sleeping on a bed that a white man buy for your wife, my dear, you are sleeping in adulterous bed. That bed, you need to get rid of that bed. So by the time you want to really go straight to tradition, many people that live in diaspora, many of them are not completing their traditional part, because you said you are a man now. You said you have paid your wife bride price, but at the same time, you still sleep on the bed that a white man buy for your wife years ago. My dear, you are committing adultery. So you need to get rid of everything that another man have buy for your wife. The bed, the sofa, everything, you need to get rid of it. If not, you are sleeping in that bed, you are committing adultery. So you can see that both of all of us that is living in abroad, we need to really check ourselves very well before we accuse one another in a traditional way, because 90 out of 100 are not meeting to the demand of tradition, even if your bride price has still be paid. Thank you everyone for watching. At this moment, I'll be leaving everybody. Feel free to contact me if you want to buy any skincare product, you want to buy your body lotion, your kids body butter, or you want to buy a raw material. We have it available for purchase. Thank you everyone. I'll be seeing you on my next video. Bye bye for now.